What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Tumi Solomon Wisdom, and in today's lesson, I'm going to be teaching you a scalping strategy. I've been trading with smart money concepts, and most times you see me on the higher time frame. Now, some students ask that I should at least drop to the lower time frame and talk about scalpers because it's not only the traders and swing traders who follow me on this channel. They said we still have a lot of scalpers in our midst. So I'll be covering a scalping strategy, and most of these setups has to be on the 30 minutes time frame. Okay, you want to scalp means that you want to take advantage of quick price actions in the market and you leave the market. Okay, the examples I'm going to use in today's lesson, I usually share what I trade. I don't teach with random examples. I like teaching you with trades I take, right? It's either I took the trade or I did my own personal analysis before those setups present results. Okay, I don't just manufacture charts analysis and start sharing them. So let me show you. This particular one was shared to the VIP. So let me show you. This is a VIP community where I have the students who enrolled for a mentorship. So the very first one we're going to cover today is going to be on CADJPY, the 30 minutes time frame. And this was actually when the setup got to take profits. And let me see. This was when it was shared on 13th of January, which is when we prepared for the week ahead, right? So this was the trade opportunity right here, CADJPY, the 30 minutes time frame. So let's see the next one we're going to cover. So the next one has to be the GBPUSD. This particular one was shared as well. See, when it was shared, GBPUSD was on the 1 hour time frame. But this is actually a scalping strategy. This particular setup, I had the setup, I saw it on the 30 minutes time frame, but in order not to miss the zone, I have to refine it back to the 1 hour time frame so I don't miss the trade opportunity. So this was it even before it hit our target, but it actually got to our targets, right? This one is on AUDCAD, right? This is actually for scalpers, so I'm not going to talk about this one. Instead, I'm going to talk about a different one, which is going to be on AUDCAD actually. Let's take a look at these trade opportunities. I don't want to waste time explaining these concepts. It's actually going to be a quick lesson. CADJPY is in an uptrend. You see, this is the 30 minutes time frame. Price is in an uptrend. And if you try to look at what price is doing, this particular low right here was able to print this high. So our expectation is that price is going to pull back. So because this is our price range, this is actually the low of the range, right? This is the high of the price range. So what you're going to expect is that price is going to take the high. And finally, we can see price was able to take the high of the range, right? So this actually confirms that you're still in an uptrend. Now, you need to have a directional bias. So try to identify the new price range. If you are trading on the 30 minutes time frame, most times you're not going to get a clean setup. You need to understand what price is doing from the higher time frame, because the higher time frame bias is actually what is going to determine this your lower time frame bias and direction. So this is the lower time frame currently, and this is the low that's moved higher to print the particular high we have at this particular area. So this is our new price range. Okay, now you've seen your price range, and currently I'm still expecting a pullback deeper inside this particular range. Now I saw an institutional candle, and anytime I spot an institutional candle, I don't joke it fits, right? My institutional candle is very valid because I'm seeing a pricing efficiency at this particular point, and price also swept liquidity. So seeing these two already has now given me the confidence to take this particular trade. Now, if you watch the last lesson, which I showed you the simplest strategy you're going to trade and make money with in the financial market, that's the last lesson I did on YouTube. That is actually the first video for the year. So you're going to see that I already have the same pattern right here. The same thing I taught you on that particular lesson. I've identified an institutional candle. Here's the liquidity sweep. And right now, you can clearly see that I have my point of interest, right? This is a valid point of interest right here. So is that all? No, we need one more thing. What is that? This is a smart money trap. So seeing this setup and seeing everything right here, this meets the confluence. It meets the confluence I need to take any trade in the financial market. Now, another confluence you have, if you try to measure with your Fibonacci tool, you're going to measure from the lowest point of the range to the highest point of the range. What can you clearly see? Price is at the premium level. You're going to see that this particular point of interest we have right now is at a premium level. So what are you going to do since price is at a premium level? You're going to look to sell till price gets to the discount level, and this is actually the low of the range, right? This is the low of the range. So When I took this trade, I took my profits before the low of the range because I was actually expecting the reversal from the low of that particular range. Now, playing price forward. Now, price tags me in and price actually dropped. From there, you see, price played a little and it dropped. So I took my profits around this particular low, right? I took my profits around this low, price got to my target. So if you wanted to hold a little, the external range liquidity right here could be your second target. But the truth is that we actually had a shift in structure, right? The higher time frame shifted in structure as well because it broke underneath this low. But price breaking underneath this low is not much of a surprise to me because we have liquidity resting underneath this low. So I wasn't too surprised when price broke underneath the low. So I made 4% from this trade, but the truth is that price continued to drop to the downside and it's actually offered about 9%, right? Price continued dropping to the downside. So if you took the trade from here to this particular point, you would have made 9% from this scalping strategy and I actually made 4%. So as a scalper, I don't think you should hold till there. You would have taken your profits maybe around here. So let's see the next example. Let's see the one of AUDCAD. So this one is on AUDCAD and this is on the 15 minutes time frame. So if I try to zoom out right now, what can you see? Price was bearish. You see, price was bearish, and at this point, price shifted in structure. If you check at this area, you're going to see that price equally broke above a higher time frame level. So breaking above here confirms that we have a shift in structure on the higher time frame. So this means that our bias is bullish. So that's why I said you should always try to find your directional bias if you want to scalp. Now, if I try to zoom inside this area, you're going to see that what I always look for when it comes to spotting my trade opportunity is very confirmed and complete right here, right? What can you see? I have an institutional candle, and what confirms it is that price was able to take the liquidity we have underneath the low. Another thing I can clearly see is that I have my smart money trap. So price presented the first trap right here, comes back to sweep it, react to the upside break structure, and this is the second smart money trap right here. Now, the next thing I have to do right now is selecting my point of interest. So I have a very good range created demand zone in this case, right? This is my range created demand level. So you see, you've spot everything you need for this trade opportunity. So playing price forward right now, price simply and easily tags into your zone and start to react. Well, it actually came back, it pulled back a little before it continued to the upside. Now, if you take a look at what price is doing right there, you see price reacts, pulls back, reacts to the upside. Now we have a break of structure. So you see in this break of structure, you can actually decide to look for another trade opportunity. And if I try to zoom in right now and spot what I need, you see I have an institutional candle which left an inefficiency, and most times I'm going to mark this area right now as my smart money trap. Now, at this point, you didn't have a liquidity sweep, but it's also valid. All your setups don't necessarily need to have the liquidity sweep, right? So this is the level I'm going to look to trade from if price comes back to this particular point of interest. So you see, you got the first zone and now you have the second zone which you're going to trade from. Now, this is the beauty of being a scalper because you're going to have multiple areas which you're going to trade from. Now, if it was actually from the higher time frame, believe me, you would have marked the whole of this zone. And marking the whole of this zone, before you could get your profits, you need to wait a longer time for price to get to your target. So one of the advantage of scalping as a trader is that when you trade with a refined zone, which offers quick result as well, because scalping means you getting in and out of the market. So playing price forward right now to see. Now, price starts to build liquidity above our point of interest. Now, it's getting very close to our liquidity inducement area, which is also a smart money trap. Now, I'm going to expect that price is going to tag into our zone. So let's see. Now, price taps into our zone, and you see how price reacts massively to the upside. And here is your target. This external range liquidity is your target, and you see how price sweeps to external range liquidity immediately. So getting into this trade on the 15 minutes time frame, this means that you waited for 2 hours. Just in 2 hours, price got to your target. So you see, this is a very good one, and price has continued to react to the upside. So this is the recent price action. This is a recent price action, and this is where price is currently. I know you've understand how to scalp quickly using smart money strategy. So I think I should show one more example. I think the two examples are actually very okay. But let me show one more, the last one, which I also took the trade with the VIP students, which is on GBPUSD, right? The one on GBPUSD. So let's see the one. So this is going to be the last example for today, this setup, which is on GBPUSD, and we are currently on the 30 minutes time frame. So before I break this one down, let me quickly introduce our mentorship. Our advanced smart money mentorship is still running. So if you want to enroll for our mentorship, this is the best time to enroll. This is want to trade advanced smart money mentorship. So if you join this mentorship, I promise you, you're going to benefit a lot because you're going to have access to watch our VIP advanced smart money concept, the weekly chart breakdown where I always come live to do some market analysis with the students and looking for trade opportunity. The VIP support group is the VIP community where I showed you the trade opportunity I had with my students, which I shared to them as well. And they're actually going to have access to the second community where you can as well share what you see in the market and interact with other students in the community. Then we have the premium possible setups, which are the trade opportunities we share. And we usually have weekly Zoom meeting where I teach new things to the students. So it just costs $216, and if you see, you're going to have a lifetime access. So it's very affordable, and you can decide to pay now if you want to enroll for this mentorship. This enroll button is where you can decide to enroll from. Now, if you drop lower, this is where we have the ratings from our students, and this is their reviews. You can go ahead and see more of the review. So once you see all these are the reviews we had from the students. From these are actually the free mentorship I offered here on YouTube about last 2 years. So these are reviews as well. So you can just take a look at all these and then decide if you want to enroll or disregard, right? It totally depends on you. So back to the lesson, GBPUSD, which is going to be the last one. Now, if I try to zoom out, clearly GBP is bearish on the 30 minutes time frame. So what you're going to do is simply look for your trading opportunity because the directional bias in this case is very easy to identify. Now, at this particular point, this is what I love to see. That's institutional candle, right? Price equally broke structure to the downside. What else are you going to see right now? We have a liquidity sweep. Seeing this alone has now improved the probability of this setup playing out. Now, if you want to select your points of interest, this is actually the right time to select your points of interest. A lot of people is going to select this zone right here. Is it a good zone? Yes, it's a good zone. But while I was selecting this zone, I didn't actually selected that one. Instead, I went back to the higher time frame to select my zone. And someone is going to say, why did you decide to select the higher time frame zone when you're trying to scalp? The truth is that if you're scalping, you don't really need much refinement because you're going to miss a lot of trade opportunities. So this particular zone I marked right now is the 30 minutes zone. So let's go to the 1 hour time frame and see the 1 hour zone which I marked. So this is the 1 hour time frame right now, and you're going to see we have a very nice auto block right there. So the zone I actually selected was the auto block we had. So let me mark it up. I marked the high of the zone, and this is the low of the zone right here. So I'm actually going to leave the 30 minutes zone, but the opening of my zone, I think I need to change the column. So when price taps into my zone, you're going to know. So this is my zone right here, and this is the high right here. So if you're doubting, so let me show you how I actually marked it while I did my own analysis. Back to the VIP. So this is the GBP setup when I shared it. So see the zone when I marked it. I hope you can see what it looks like on the 1 hour time frame when I marked the zone. This is exactly how the zone looked like. And see where I marked as my smart money trap, which is the inducement area. So we're going to see how price reacts to there, okay? So I like showing you what happens, what is going to happen in the market before it happens. I don't just manufacture random trades. So this is it right here, and this was exactly where I marked as the smart money trap. Now, take a look at what is happening right here. You see, price starts building more liquidity above that smart money trap. While is it building this liquidity? Definitely is going to sweep that liquidity. So let's press price forward quickly. No need to waste much time. And see what happens. Price reacted immediately. Boom. Mitigates the zone and it drops. Was it able to get to the 30-minute zone? No. Price couldn't get to the 30-minute zone. So another thing you have to take a look at is your zone refinement on the lower time frame. Yes, Being a scalper and trading from the lower time frame is going to help you get a refined zone. Yes, that is nice. But as a trader, you have to use your head. At this particular point, if you waited for this trade opportunity, it would have been a missed trade opportunity. This was the zone here on the 1 hour time frame. So doing your refinement on the 30 minutes time frame. So let's go to 30 minutes time frame and see how we would have done a correction on that zone, so you don't miss the trade when price comes to your zone. So at this particular point, you see this is the point of interest, which is the correct one to mark. But since you're trading from the lower time frame, maybe selecting this area is not bad. You know, you cannot always get it right 100% of the time, but just doing the basic things, which is going to keep you in the market. So no need to keep talking. Let's press price forward and see. Now price retraces back and finally got to my targets. I took my profit around this low. Yeah, this was exactly where I took my profit. And when I took that screenshot, it was about 3 to 5 pips to my take profit. So finally price got to my targets where I made 4% and it continued to drop to the downside. We have a pullback and price continued to drop. Okay, so the pullback simply went to sweep the liquidity above this high. So this is simply a CRT pattern. Yeah, this is a CRT pattern. If we go to the higher time frame, price sweeps its liquidity, and here's the distribution. So this is a very simple strategy. It's a very, very simple strategy, and I hope this lesson is going to help you do better while trying to trade. So thanks very much for watching this particular lesson. If you got value and you're new to the channel, consider subscribing as well, and encourage us to create more value on here on YouTube. Okay, YouTube is the only platform where you see me sharing detailed lesson and sharing what you need to see in the market. So thanks very much for watching this particular one. If you have interest in joining our free Telegram community, link is in description. If you want to test me directly, the link is in description. And if you want to enroll for a mentorship, the link is equally in the description. So thanks very much and see you in the next lesson.